should be a lady there, guys. Yeah, my sister just playing that space.
You at least get a smile.
We good, guys?
Everybody ready?
It's yours.
Goes, yes.
Coach, quarterfinals as the reigning champions. Is there more pressure now, or do you feel the pressure's eased a little bit with your final group game coming?
Well, I think the pressure is on Esperanza. They're leading our group. You know, the positives we take out of this is what we did last year. We qualified before we play our last match. That's more important for us. And we did that again this year. So that's why I'm congratulating the boys today in the morning to say the team appreciates the consistency and not putting. I mean, I think you know, this week everybody's fighting. Who's winning? Who's throwing? And sometimes it's not in your hands. You win, you're still not qualified. On the Champions League and Confederation Cup, it's exciting. 16 teams, it's exciting. You know, a lot of groups in the Confed, and I think this is one thing that we need to give CAF a credit for, really changing this model. It has been good, but for us, again last year, you know, the story of qualifying on the back door, coming back, you know, our integrity was a little bit questioned. Even the coaches were saying that, to be honest, you know. And now this year, I don't think there should be a talk of qualifying on the back door now. So I think it shows that we're meant to do that. And what I like more is was against the same team, Vita, that we did that. Vita could have been there. So we went to Kinshasa, and I think you know the score, you know. So this backdoor story now is done. So a little bit of respect, you know, and people must do what we're doing before they talk about backdoors, you know. At least go in with the backdoor and win it.
Any change in approach, Coach, considering that you are the champions this time around, and you're the ones with the targets on your back?
Yeah, you've got that tag, obviously, of being the reigning champions. Pressure is there, but it's good pressure. You know, when we are on transit in Egypt, when we were going to Tunis last week, we met Al Ahly, and those are the big boys. And it's good they react. They know us. They know us by names. So the respect is there in Egypt now, and that's the only way we can get respect. And they say, hey, we don't want to meet you somewhere, you know. So we say, okay, we are being recognized and being respected because of Zamalek's story, you know that. So that's what you look. The positive is on that. The negatives is that people say these guys are capable of winning these things, so take them serious. Last year we were nobodies. You can say that people didn't respect us, because I asked even Fares, who was my player now, was playing for Satif. I asked him, did you guys make a research on us? He says, no, we didn't make research on you. We said, who are you? You know. So now I think they'll make a research on us. Now they're saying, hey, watch these guys. You know, and you ask Esperance, would you really like to play Sundowns? Okay, you beat us here, but we have 7 players out. Once we get 3 players back, we got Anton, we got Zakri back, and you got 1 midfielder back, Mabunda. Was totally different in Tunis. So they know that, okay, you can win against Sundowns, but there's no free passage. So that's the advantage you have of getting a little bit of respect, but it's unbelievable this week, these games. So there's Wydad, who can top the group, because obviously they will beat Cameroon side Cotton Sport. Why I'm saying that? Based on Cotton Sport hasn't even won a game. They're 0 points. So you presume that they'll win, but football can be different. But also Al Ahly is playing also Zanaco. So what if Zanaco gets a point? Zanaco stays number 1, and we thought Zanaco will be the whipping boys in that group, because that group is also difficult. It was like ours, so it's a group of death. Last year, group of death. So you never know, because if Zanaco and gets a point with Wydad, might eliminate Al Ahly. But if Al Ahly win, maybe Wydad can be out. So here we go. Let's watch this movie, and it's a good movie to watch because it's Saturday for them and Sunday for us. So let's see.
Coach, the dynamics of it, I mean, compared to last year, you have a lot more guys like Via, guys like Zakri, now can be added to the squad. What do you think has done that to the squad in terms of the dimensions now? There are a lot more dimensions going forward. What do you think, opens up for you and the rest of your squad?
Yeah, when you want to know if you have really strengthened the team and was it worth it, did you get the positives out of the players you brought? Villa didn't play for us in Champions League. He came for us. He scored against Esperance. He scored in Kinshasa. You can always want to criticize him. Did he really make an impact at Sundowns? That's where we see the impact. Zachary scored in Kinshasa. So these guys that we signed to help us on Champions League this year, they pitched and they are doing exceptionally well. So we strengthened the team in the right way, and the guys are helping us in the Champions League. So the signing of Zachary, the signing of Villa and them for this year's Champions League was worth it. So we are happy. So we need to strengthen again the team and bring in other players who will help us also in the because we believe we will win the Champions League at all times. We want to go to Abu Dhabi this year, and when we sign now, we sign players that we think they will help us in Abu Dhabi. Okay, sounds a little bit arrogant because we have to win the Champions League first, but you have to be positive and plan in that way. And also players who will help us now in the top 8 back at home, because remember when we played top 8 here, we still had 2 games away for the Champions League. We played even Zesco here. Vets was waiting for us to say, come, let's play the final, but play on Wednesday. You know what I'm trying to say? And we lost the final because of the same number of games. Chipa was watching us playing the Champions League, and 3 days after we were playing here. It's unbelievable, but it's the way it is, and you got to go through with it, So we need more quality on the team to be able to play, to increase the pool and play. Even if you don't play this player who was playing on Wednesday, Saturday, you've got the same number of quality to help you on the top 8, because we take it serious. And the league also, we drew against Maritzburg the first game, and we dropped points there, and we lost the league with 3 points. So you can say that that's part of being greedy and trying to play for everything, and coming from -5 time difference, 0 degree in Japan, and you have 6 games waiting for you here, games in hand, and you can't arrive, and you lose the league. So those are the things that we look at. But if you want to do all the competitions, there's no complaint. You're going to face that.
Coach,
Talk of rostering the team and signing off quality players. There's also the players who also played in the Disc Challenge. Have you been keeping tabs on them and maybe bringing them in?
Yeah, we bring the Disc Challenge players up. I think that Percy was playing Disc Challenge. I think Madisha was playing Disc Challenge up last year. So this year again, we have to try and see who we bring up. But the players that were playing Disc Challenge in the Percy's era, they're all going to the first division teams, and you can see them that somewhere at Black Leopards trying to help them to get promotion. So we dismantled again this team that won the MDC this year. They're going to the first division and go get an opportunity, and they can come back like Madisha and Percy. You've got to prove that you're ready. Percy came from first division straight into Champions League, and he's got a gold medal now of Champions League. He's got a gold medal of Super Cup, and those are Grand Slams. Those are not top 8 and Nedbank. I mean, we're talking serious stuff now, and they won that last year. So it's important that those boys know the route of playing in the MDC, to play in the senior team, to be able to play Champions League. So we have to live by example and show them this is the way, but it's not easy, So that team we dismantled. David Notwan has to start another team, because what's the point of winning the MDC again with the same team? Because Barnes went to the final and they lost in the last match of the MDC. So we dismantled all this team, and remember we've got a lot of push from the academy. We promote under 15s, the under 17s, which were playing the future champs now in Klespreit. They are playing the MDC now. So, and there's a little bit of bottleneck, let's be honest, on the top. They can't come to the senior team easily. So, but it's part of life. So as Chelsea, so as Madrid, so as Arsenal, so as Man City. Those teams have got all these academies. Where are the players? So as Barcelona, they buy Suarez, they buy Messi and Neymar. Where is Rakitic? Where is the players coming from La Masia now? It's a different story.
So where are you looking to, coach, going into this window period of the specific
We want to
positions?
sign players, and we have been straight, and we have approached the teams. We have received the 13 million rand price tags, and teams, some of teams says no, our players are not available, so we are stuck. So what are we going to do? You must remember, we sign a player because we say we want a player on a specific position, like on the left. It's not a secret. Ever since Keegan went, we haven't replaced the left because I want a natural lefty there. Hence, I've moved Percy to play on the left, and Percy is a 10. So I don't have a player on the left. I had to play Zwan on the left. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and I wanted a player. We want a player on the left side, but we target specific players. We don't just sign a player on the left because it's free. At Sundowns, we sign a player because it is the player we want. Then we can say, is he free or not? Okay. Some other teams, they sign players because they're free. When you're free, they sign you. Okay, we don't do that. We want a specific player for the specific position. And if you have to pay, we negotiate with the teams, you know. So we are stuck because now, unfortunately, key players that we want, none of them are free. And many good players are not easy out of the contract. Many good players have long-term contracts. So we are stuck. So maybe we might not sign, you know. But also when Sundowns doesn't sign, it's not good for the selling teams. Because there are teams that know they won't win the league, and they need to keep the team in the Premier League, and they must sell. And Sundowns has been the guys who are buying. But if Sundowns now is not buying, so what happens? People wait for the players who are free. And there are many teams who play in that space. So the smaller teams now should be very careful of the teams who specializes on free players. They are the ones now who are going to take their players. So maybe you should sell to us.
So you're saying specifically there are teams within the PSL that, you know, you feel the price tag is being heightened because you're not only Mamelodi Sundowns, because
It's
they
true.
know you're African champions.
It's true. When Pirates, Chiefs and Sundowns wants to buy, the price is different. It is a fact. The price is different. Even players, some even of our players, they don't renew our contracts because they want more money, and we say maybe we can't pay you more. They go to another team, they sign for half the price. It's a fact. If you make your research, it's true. You know that. They play for other teams with less money. You know, you cannot tell us that players who you know, big name players, left Sundowns, to go to other teams. They're getting the same money as us. No, they get less. But they're happy with that. But when you play for Sundowns, I want to be paid this. And they have their own right, and it's up to them, you know. But we also don't want to, we have to freshen up the team. We have lived in the era when we have the top scorers like Mpela. We have freshened the team. We have lived in the era where the Palembe, top player, is still a good player. We have to freshen the team. We had to live in that era of all the names, you know. Surprise was good, legends we respect. And now Istiko, Leboga Mokoena, they're all top players, you know. But my duty is to strengthen the team. Now was Keegan Doli's era, was Bongani Zungu, they left. You know, we might lose Kama very soon. They will leave, but what's important is Sundowns must be still strong. So that's the most important thing, to strengthen the team. And it's my duty to make sure that that happens. And I'm happy that we have done well in that space. We have lost all these players, I've mentioned them. And the team has remained strong and competing. We just won the biggest Grand Slams in the tournament, which is quality. So we have to all the time stressing the team. You see that maybe next year now we will lose Percy. It's possible, but we need to find for somebody else.
Sorry, and Ajax is on the list of the team of wanted players, especially the left back.
Ajax is on the list of
The players that you want, especially at left back.
Yeah, you see, I was accused of this and that. Okay, so I don't want to be mentioning players' names, teams' names and players. You know, you guys asked Leboga Monyama. I was at the press conference. He was sitting next to me. Would you like to have Monyama? Should I say no? I said yes. Then there was the whole article about me. Eric Tinkler said, can't take my players, I must protect the team, I'm playing Champions League. But Eric left, remember? The guy who was saying that. He jumped the ship. So his life is normal, you know. So it's very difficult for us to. But also you must also understand, players want to play Champions League. They want to play FIFA World Cup. They want to play Super Cup. So you can stay there and not come to us. If you are happy there, stay there. And remember, when you are in a contract, we can't do nothing. We must negotiate, you know. But I know that Fabregas left Arsenal and he said, I want to win the Champions League. I want to win the World Cup. I want to win the Super Cup. And he achieved that, of course. And he left Arsenal, you know. And even he took a pay cut, let's be honest. I'm not saying people must take pay cuts to come to us. But it's up to you, you know. You can stay where you are, and there are players that you know, that we've spoken about. You are writing about it. They want to come to us. They say we have a chance of winning the league, and you have a chance to play Champions League and win it. You have a chance to play Super Cup. You have a chance to play World Cup. And I might be earning the same money as that, but what am I playing football for? I can be earning the same money at another club, but they don't want to play Champions League. No, I'm happy to earn the same money at Sundowns and go to Super Cup and do all these things and compete with the top teams and see what's happening in the world. I mean, you can't say you want to earn the same money in a closed environment. It's also good for your name, it's also good for yourself, and it's good for your football. It's good for your CV, by the way. So the players want to move, and you have a chance to play for Bafana, let's be honest, if you play in Champions League and all that. And where was the proof? In Nigeria team. I had 5 players on the park. Even Rama, who left here, who played Champions League with us. Bongani Zungu played Champions League with us. Kigendoli, 8. And then they went to Nigeria, no problem. You know why? Because they've been to Kinshasa against Mazembe. They've been to, Lumumbashi against Mazembe. They've been to Kinshasa against Vita. They've been to Zamalek. They've been to Esperance. They've been to St. George. One of the guys will say, oh, I remember we came here with Bafana. Ethiopia, we lost. But I said, no, don't worry, we win here. You know what I'm trying to say? So when they go to the national team, Zwane doesn't have a problem to play in Nigeria. Packed crowd, what? 75,000 in Zamalek, my friend. You saw in Esperance, the last 5 minutes I could not see the match. It was smoke. It's the beauty of football, the beauty of Champions League. You know, we can play here, it's okay. But I think open the doors. Enough, ne?
Yeah, no.